Hi, I'm Corrine.
And I'm Kayla.
And you're listening to Between Sisters, where we give you real talk between real sisters and find the lessons in TV, movies, books, music, and all the things.
Art.
Art. Today we are looking at the new Hulu show, The Beauty, by Ryan Murphy. Another Ryan Murphy thing.
Yeah.
And what we're taking from it is... one, pretty privilege.
Come on.
Because I feel like that's one of the main themes.
Yes.
And two, transformations, like what people will do to
get that pretty privilege.
Yeah. And does it help anything? So that's what we're getting into
it.
I thought we'd start first by saying, because as people who benefit
I mean,
from pretty privilege.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone can benefit from pretty privilege if they really, like, I feel like that's a skill issue.
I agree. Because you know what? I've heard people who I think are pretty say that they don't get the same pretty privilege. And I'm like, I think you can. You just don't know how to.
That's a skill issue.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we're going to get into the things that you get pretty privilege from. So, easier first impressions. You know, they studied this. They said that people gravitate towards people who they're attracted to or people who they feel like are pretty more.
And that makes sense.
Than people who they feel are ugly, I guess, or conventionally unattractive. So it makes easier first impressions, which can change the trajectory of your life.
It sure can.
Because that could be a job. Mm-hmm. That could be anything.
Relationship, friendship.
That's why, you know, what is that Fantasia song? Never know when you might walk by. Gotta be right on time. Because that just shows, don't, basically what I'm trying to say is, don't leave the house looking crazy. Because you never know who you're going to meet. And then,
that's the truth.
That's an easier first impression.
So you're saying keep the bonnets in the house.
I am.
I am too. So don't keep the bonnets in the house.
Oh, that's controversial.
It is, but
I am saying keep the bonnets in the house. I personally don't wear a bonnet outside. Mm-hmm. I just don't see when I would where I would be going.
Now, I have worn one in the drive-thru. I will admit, I have. Mm-hmm. But if I'm getting out of the car, no.
Yeah. She also, I'm going to put her on blast.
This is a different time.
When COVID first started, and it was like the first week. Remember, it was the first week, and everyone was like, what is happening? We don't know what's going on. So Kayla was like, should we be wearing our bonnets? Because what if COVID gets in our hair?
Look, okay.
It was literally the first week when no one knew anything. We were like washing all of our groceries. Remember when everyone's washing their groceries before they even brought it in the house? Because they're like, there's COVID on everything. And she was like, should we wear our bonnets outside?
I didn't know if it was like airborne. I didn't know.
What if COVID gets in our hair?
I was like, can it get into our hair, our skin? I was completely covered up, head to toe.
Okay. So, pretty privilege gets you increased social grace.
Yes.
Which is so true. Mm-hmm. Because people are mean to people. And, you know, they say this about relationships, too. They say people are mean to people who they're not attracted to. Or meaner to people who they're not attracted to. Not everyone.
Yeah.
They're just saying there are some types of people who will be mean. Wow. So if you trip over them and they think you're not attractive, they're like, get out of here. But if they think you're pretty, you're like, it's okay.
Right. That's true.
So that makes sense. More attention and visibility, which is
obvious.
Yeah, obvious. Greater access to opportunities, which is what we were talking about, because that could be a job interview. Mm-hmm. And they are just feeling more comfortable around you because you're attractive. Pretty privilege gives you positive assumptions about people's personality, which can be true.
It can
but
be.
It cannot be true. I feel like looking at someone and saying, oh, they're not mean is crazy. Or looking at someone and saying they're mean. You know how this has happened to me a lot, actually.
Yeah.
People have been my friend, like gotten to know me or whatever, and then have told me later, when I first met you, I thought you were going to be mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? And they were like, I just thought you were going to be because of the way you look. Someone told me it was because I was conventionally attractive. I said, okay. And I was like, I do not give mean.
No, not at all. I think it just has to do with past experiences with people, because I've gotten that too. Like, people are like, oh, I didn't know, and you're so nice. Like, yeah, what did you expect? I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like when I'm looking at someone and I'm like, they're mean, it's the way they act.
Yeah.
Not from a face.
Yeah, it's definitely deeper than that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's on the fence. But romantic and dating advantages, of course, and we see a lot in this show.
Yeah.
To the extreme.
But honestly, when I think about it, it's like, yes, it goes to the extreme, but I feel like some of that is real for people.
Real. For sure.
So I don't know. The outcome was an extreme, but I think the rest of it was kind of real for a lot of people.
You know what? People get, it's that phone.
Yeah.
People get too into the internet and the thing, and then they're like commenting on people's stuff, because now that you feel slighted from someone who you liked, or you're like, oh, you don't feel attractive, this, that, and the third, you're now getting online and being rude, which is what we see in the show, and being rude and nasty to people, or being weird on weird websites.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
weird and cheap.
That's not. Watch the show.
Watch the show and you'll get it.
That's not, to me, your attractiveness. That's something deeper in you.
Yeah.
You have an ugly spirit. Maybe that's why you look like that.
I was about to say, sometimes if you have an ugly spirit, it will show.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Okay. That had nothing to do.
It made me think about. You're shining bright like a diamond.
Okay.
You're going to be good.
So, the whole premise of the show is people are transforming themselves to look beautiful, but it comes with consequences, and we see that they've transformed themselves to be beautiful, but they're still the same person. They were corny when they were not beautiful, quote unquote, depending on the show, and then they're corny while beautiful. So I think that speaks to life in a bigger way, because you could do all of that and still.
I have been saying this about many things for years. If you were corny before the money, you're corny after the money. You know, it's the same type of thing. You're corny before the transformation, you're corny after. You got to fix your spirit.
Yeah. Why being mad at everyone doesn't help.
No.
So I said, what do you think people are really chasing when they want to transform themselves?
Validation.
Yeah.
Validation. Some people are chasing love. Some people are chasing, attention. But I feel like that all can fall under validation.
Okay. So validation. When it doesn't solve your problems and you're still not validified, what does that reveal about what you really need?
You really need therapy. That's what I know. That's what I think.
Yes, but I just didn't. I just thought you were gonna go somewhere else. So I was like, oh,
you need therapy. But I think, I think people think that a little nip and a little tuck will change everything. And it can make you feel good for sure, 100%. But if it's something deeper, you got to tackle that within first.
And I don't even necessarily think it's just a little nip and a little tuck. Do you see people who will just completely copy someone else's style or the way they act or something because they perceive that person as pretty or cool, or they have clout, they have motion? I'm gonna do exactly what is going on with them. Not, oh, that's pretty dope, let me see what I can do with my... No, I'm gonna do exactly word for word, bar for bar. That, to me, is kind of like the same thing.
It's I see that, and it's scary because it's kind of like, okay, do you not have your own personality? Do you not want to, I'm not saying you can take inspiration, but you don't want to like tweak it?
Well, that's the nature of TikTok to me. I feel like that's just like copying is the name of the game.
Right.
They like, you see one thing, or you see one person doing one thing, and people will copy it. Where I've seen people copy complete scripts.
Me too.
Like, they say the same words. I'm like, even if it's a trend that you're doing, you do the trend in your way.
Right.
But to copy the same words, I've seen people copy story times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you memorize somebody else's story time and then put it on yours to go viral. And then after that, so, okay, if it goes viral, what's the plan?
They're going to keep copying.
But you have nothing. You have to wait for the dang blueprint to come out to move.
There was actually someone on TikTok. She was making TikToks and reporting, basically, this girl is copying me. Look at my page and then look at her page. And when I tell you, she copied every single video off of this woman's page. Sometimes you think, oh, just one, like she's going to copy and then copy from someone else's page. No. She said, this is the page I'm going to copy. And went video for video, bar for bar, and copied the entire page.
Yeah. But I think there's something, and with beauty, like, it's such a thing online. Everyone, of course, wants to feel beautiful, and everyone should feel beautiful. Everyone is beautiful in their way. I know people say that that's shady, but it's not.
It's not. No, that's very true.
Literally, everyone is beautiful in their way.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you see the filters and everything, everyone starts to look the same, that when you really look like yourself, you look even more beautiful.
Yeah.
Because everyone is using the same face filters.
And going to the same doctor.
Yeah. So, like, when you really look like yourself, I feel like that's even more beautiful. I mean, the other people look beautiful too.
Yes.
But I just feel like there's something to be said about that.
The uniqueness of you. I feel like that's beautiful.
What's that? Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, talent.
Shout
Have
out
you seen
RuPaul.
that? Oh, no, I did not see that from RuPaul. Was that on RuPaul?
Yeah, because you don't know what.
Yes, but
okay.
I've seen it in other places. I didn't know that came from there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he always says, use your charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that came from there.
Yeah.
Wow. Another RuPaul reference.
Wow. At this point, be a guest on the show.
I know. Okay. I also want to talk about the fact that I feel like the show is showing how when you are conforming to all of these things to try and be the person, the guy, the girl, whatever, you fall apart.
Yeah.
They do it a little more The Substance. But have you seen The Substance?
Yes.
Yeah. They do it a little more body horror.
Yes.
But that's the message that I'm getting.
I like that you picked that up.
It's kind of what I do.
I know.
But I also feel like if, like, okay, say the character, there's one character that you meet at first in the first episode where he's not feeling good, he's like whack, and then he does this thing and now he's beautiful, but he's still acting the same way. So people are still, even though people are looking at him and seeing he's attractive, once they get up on him and he starts talking and he starts doing these things, people are still making the same comments. Like, you're weird. So maybe if you would fix what's inside, or don't fix it. You could be weird.
You can be weird. But
like, who cares?
Who cares? I think there are people.
Don't be too weird.
No, I'm saying
I think take that back.
Yeah. I think that your tribe, people will find their tribe, and you can be yourself with that person,
right?
Those people. However, comma. When you're scaring people off,
stop scaring people.
I think that's what it is.
That's where it gets weird.
Yeah.
And he was very weird.
He was
like it's hard to come back. do you feel like people can come back from extremely just messed up?
Not like, maybe in their life, yes, but maybe not with me. Because I'm going to feel like there's an underlying,
No.
I don't know.
We're not talking about you.
Okay.
I don't even know.
I'm saying if they
I'm talking about if someone is weird.
Okay.
They are being rude to people online for no reason.
Oh, okay.
They are being rude to people outside. They are on weird side, like just being messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that people could come back from that? Like change their chemistry in their brains?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just takes time. Once you recognize, oh, I'm being a mean person, I should change.
Yeah.
Then
it's if you want to change.
If you want to. Some people like to be, the bad guy.
I think that they're the bad guy and they don't realize that no one's paying attention.
That part.
I think that also can be a thing. You are so concerned about, oh, I gotta look like this, I gotta do this to be the cool girl, and really no one is paying attention.
Mm-mm.
So just do what you can. I feel like we are paying attention to ourselves way more than anyone else is.
For sure. No one cares as much as you care about yourself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people care and people are looking.
I'm saying as much.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm continuing the conversation.
Yeah.
People care and people are looking. But it's like they're only looking because it's something to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And if they weren't looking, then, well, I guess you'll be one of the patients on the beauty. I don't know what to say about that. Like, it is, I feel like if people were more kind, that wouldn't be a thing.
That's true.
Like, if people would spread kindness, then people wouldn't have to feel a certain way about themselves, or they wouldn't have to feel sad or weird or whatever. And people are mean, so that's why this show can show an extreme. And I feel like you have to give grace to people who are feeling that way.
Yeah, I feel like it's also things that sometimes you just have to work on, though, because a lot of times it'll start from when you're a kid. It's like kids are mean, and now you're holding. Kids are mean.
Have you ever
you're holding on to
have you ever just heard a kid say an insult and then be like and they don't even know it's an insult because they're so. That's why I love compliments from kids, because it's real.
Yeah, that's the truth. It's real.
Because
kids will sit there and
kids
be like,
will come up to you and be like, why is your hair like that?
Right.
And you'll be like, what? Be like, it's
right. They'll be like, why is your belly sticking out? Whoa.
Yes.
Chill out.
they
like, whoa. These kids.
One time I saw, did you see that video of that little boy and he asked that lady, does she have eczema? And I was like, what is wrong with you?
Like, they don't know.
Even if she did, like, who?
They just don't know.
Who taught him about eczema? He was like 3.
They just don't know.
That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes I think people are telling their kids to say things.
Or honestly, they just hear things and don't know, and they're just saying it.
You need to watch what you're saying around your kids, because kids are hearing it and repeating it. Because I saw one time on Threads, this lady was like, they sat down for dinner and she put the plates out and her 4-year-old was like, thanks, babe. Because he always heard his dad say, thanks, babe. And she's like, oh, that's what dad tells me. But it was funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, so kids are listening to what you're
listening.
saying. So when a little kid is saying all types of stuff, and that's what they heard from you.
For sure. 100%.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. We have to do Sister Soundoff.
Oh, okay.
Sister Soundoff. Sister Soundoff is where we stop the conversation and interrupt it, and we both get 30 seconds to speak our mind. I will be starting. 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go.
Oof. Okay.
Get a going out coat.
Oh.
A nice trench, a nice wool, a nice, it can be warm. A wool coat is very warm. It's about the what is it? The fabric, not the puffiness of it. If you have a wool coat, you'll be cold, you'll be warm. If you have like a nice trench, you'll be warm. A pea coat, something. When you are going out and you have on your dress and then you have to put on a puffer coat on top of it, it's just not right. No. It's not right. Please invest in a going out coat. It will change everything, because you don't want to be. Get a going out coat. It's cold out, I know, but wool will keep you warm.
It is. I mean, maybe there's like a cute puffer that's like down to the...
That's not, but even certain places,
yeah, you don't want to wear the puffer.
You just don't want the puffer. It just doesn't go with the attire. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's a good investment. Think about it. Next. Go.
Listen, it's wintertime, snowstorms, we get it, you know, but you don't have to buy out the entire store when you're gonna just be stuck in your house for maybe 48 hours or less. You know, we don't need 15 packs of toilet paper in the house. It's just we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. You don't need to buy out the store. The bread, don't buy every loaf. It's okay. Just get what you need. Do your regular grocery shopping. You don't have to panic.
Yeah, those stores were empty.
Yeah.
But you know what I saw someone say that made sense? A lot of people today don't grocery shop that much because they eat out a lot. So a lot of people who don't normally get stuff to stock up their house were then panicking and buying a bunch of stuff. So I was like, that makes sense. I saw somebody online, they had 10 bottles of milk. I was like...
See, what are you doing with 10
bottles of milk? I feel like they did that for the clip. Because who even drinks that much milk, first of all? Second of all, that's going to go bad. And then they were talking about your power going out. If your power goes out and you got 10 bottles of milk, right, that's all. I would never want to smell your house.
Ciao, bye.
All right. Well, we thank you guys so much for watching. Please let us know down in the comments if you're watching The Beauty. It was only like the first 3 episodes, but let us know. And after that, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we'll see you next time. Bye.